I'm Miss Patricia, and I have Mr. Glenn, the Phoenix, with us today for another game playing video. And in this video, we're going to be discussing, our thoughts of what we think about the new game preview of Atlas and what it is about. So, Atlas.
Well, Atlas is a pirate survival game. You farm materials to build houses, huts, tame animals to harvest vegetables, wood, thatch, fiber, all the materials you need to build. And as you progress along, you can unlock shipyards. So where you build your small boats, and then you level up a little higher, you get the small shipyard. You can build your sloops and your schooners, and then you get your larger shipyard. The farther along you get, and you can make the brigantines and galleons. Takes a little bit. We're building a galleon right now. It takes a lot of farming. You have to get a lot of wood, a lot of metal.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to
You are interrupting.
I spent all day yesterday farming 30,000 wood. He gets home from work, gets on, and in 5 minutes uses 30,000 wood. And that's not enough for this boat.
No, it's not. It takes 4,000 just to start it.
But we're having a lot of fun. Like, I like the game. I love Ark. What? I was just saying I like the game. Go ahead.
It's like she just jumps in and expects me to be able to pick up where I left off because she can't stop talking. No, go ahead, talk. I'm done.
Oh, quit.
I don't know what else to say. Like,
You're just talking about the boats.
There's a train going and you derail it. Where's it going? Nowhere. So we're building a galleon. I've had a couple sloops. Now, one of my personal rules for this game: if it's raining, don't you be sailing that boat. You might as well drop anchor on land somewhere. It's a huge map. There's a lot of ocean, but there's also a lot of islands. So find you some good music. Get you an Alexa or some iTunes or some YouTube music going, because when you're sailing, there ain't much to do but sail. And watch out for ships of the damned, which will fire at you if you get close enough. And there's little treasure chests floating on the water. They're either yellow or purple. Purple ones are a little bit better than yellow ones. Get you a grappling hook. We'll show you in this video how to do it. Just get you a grappling hook, go slow by it, and launch that grappling hook, grab it, and pull it right in. You don't even have to jump in the water and deal with sharks or nothing. Back to them cyclones, the rain. When it rains, it says, watch out for cyclones. Well, I'm over here thinking, all right, maybe it's not so bad. You don't get a lot of cyclones, right? They don't just pop up out of nowhere. Well, boy, was I wrong. You'll be sailing along, all of a sudden, it's raining, watch out for cyclones. And at first you're like, all right, cool, it's raining. I don't have to go find fresh water to drink. It's raining. And granted, sometimes you get lucky. You don't see nothing. Other times, boom, 6 cyclones in a circle around you. I'm talking literally, they drop down around you. And not only that, like, you think, okay, they drop down around you, we'll sail between them and get out, right? They thought of that. You sail between them, and the ones behind you pick up and drop down in front of you again. These things will follow you all the way to land. And so that's how I lost my very first schooner. I got caught in some twisters. I dropped to half sail. I'm trying to get around them, and they suck you in. They make it hard to steer. And they kill your player before they kill the boat. So you got to respawn on the boat, try and do repairs, all the while that damn thing's sucking you in and just damaging it. I'm talking like I had 6 planks ripped off like that. Just so quick. And your boat's sinking. And there ain't nothing you can do about it because you can't repair it as fast as it breaks it. Unless you're driving and avoiding them and you have somebody repairing them, which is how we got through some cyclones last night.
I'm good for something.
But there goes my first ship. Well, then I hop on PvP and I get in my sloop there. Well, I was helping a couple guys build a bear breeding barn to breed bears for, you know, hunting treasure chests, and we'll get into all that later. Hunting treasure chests and farming fiber and, you know, just general like tank, right? And he was like, hey, we're at a lawless island. We're gonna go ahead and go over to this other island we're allied with, and we're gonna build there. So I said, all right. Set out from the island. It immediately starts raining. And he's like, hey, stay with me. But I was already going faster than him because he was loaded down with supplies. So we were on different boats. He's like, hey, stay with me if you want to survive. And he cut all sails and just kind of sat there and weathered it out. Well, I tried to turn around and come back, and I got picked up by this one and pushed over to that one, and boom, there goes my boat. And he just felt horrible. He was like, oh, we're going to build you a new boat. And I started swimming towards his boat. I didn't get a clip of it. I started swimming towards his boat. And right when I get there, he pulls up anchor and takes off to go to where I sunk my boat at. And it was pretty funny. I was like, he's like, I'm coming to get you. And I'm like, you kind of just left me. And he started laughing. And so that was my second boat that sunk to a cyclone. And then, so I get back on PvE, which I'm playing with her and her friend. And I build me another boat. Take it out. It's raining. I'm thinking, hey, he dropped all his sails and sat in one spot. Maybe I can do that and I'll weather the storm. For some reason, it don't work for me. They just started sucking me in. Little by little. So I drop a little sails, try and get away. They suck me right back in. Done deal. Gone boat. So now when it starts raining, I'm not sailing. That's just the way it is. I'll tell Trish we'll be out doing something together. It's like, all right, we got everything ready, let's go. It starts raining. It's like, nope, drop anchor. We ain't moving till the rain's over. I have the worst luck when it comes to cyclones. It's just awful. And, I mean, they will follow you forever. And apparently they updated it to lower the chances of a cyclone, but I get hit just about every time.
Every time we're out there and it rains, there's always cyclones.
There's always something. So when it's raining, don't be a sailor. That's my one and main rule. Second rule: as soon as you can, get you a bear, get you a giraffe, and what we're trying to do right now is get an elephant, because that is your bear's fiber, giraffe is thatch, elephant is for wood. And then as you get farther on the game, get a rhino for rock, and so on and so forth. But to me, those are the three main tames. The bear can also be used if you go around the islands, like the lawless islands and stuff. You'll find little messages in a bottle. It's treasure chests, like treasure maps. You find it, you look at the map, you look at your big map, you figure out where the island is, you go to it. As soon as you get to the treasure chest, a bunch of skeletons pop up, and you got to fight through all of them. And usually there's like 8, 9, 10, 12 small ones that are relatively easy to take care of. But then there's this big guy swinging this big mace, and he hits you, he'll stun you, and he'll hit you again, and it's just not good.
It's over.
You got to dodge, and you learn how to dodge, learn how to sword fight and all that. Guns, in my experience, guns are not too effective on them. They are very effective on animals. You can kill a tiger with one shot of a blunderbuss, but you shoot the blunderbuss at these skeletons and it just kind of barely takes anything off.
We'll do a whole video on like treasure chests and all that stuff, and he'll explain it, how you equip everything, and he'll just go into full detail about that. But right now, I want you to explain something about the difference between lawless islands and the regular islands, because they may not know.
Regular islands can be claimed by companies. Companies are tribes, crews, guilds, whatever you want to call them. They're called something different in every game.
This is not a game you'll play solo.
For every person a company has, for every member they have, they get company points. And the bigger the island they claim, the more company points they have to have. And I mean, pretty much if you get started now, there's 4 servers for everybody. PC, Xbox, I don't know if PlayStation has it yet, but PC and Xbox, there's 4 servers. They're all taken. Most of the islands are taken up. If you're lucky, you'll get one. It'll probably be in the very top or very bottom of the map in the cold polar regions. But if you get an island, the bigger the island you have, the more people you have to have in your company. You can't just have a company of 2 and claim the biggest island on the map. It don't work that way. Plus, there's an upkeep price. There was one, I think we saw for 86 points, company points. We had 4 people in our company, and we had 81 points. So it kind of tells you how much you get. Around 20 points per person.
But now we got 5.
And we just got a 5th member last night. But that island right there for 86 company points had an upkeep cost of about 600 gold a day.
That's a lot of gold a day.
And you primarily get gold from getting those treasure chests. There's sunken shipwrecks that you swim all the way down to the ocean floor and find the treasure chest in. You'll run into jellyfish, sperm whales, sharks. It's not fun. Doing the treasure chest, you get some gold on the map. You find it'll tell you how much gold is there. But anyways, every island has an upkeep. Now they can decide. In PvP, they can say if an ally is allowed to build defensive structures on it. But the owner of the island taxes the island. So, for instance, on PvE, a lot of them are 20% taxation, which means, say you farm 10 wood a hit, you're giving them 20%, you're giving them two pieces of wood for every 10 pieces of wood you get. So you farm 100, they get 20. And it goes into this taxation bank on their land. So everything you farm, you harvest, everything gets taxed. And they get a tax. Sometimes you'll find someone with like a 5% tax, which is great. I mean, those people are letting you do your thing, letting you live on their island, and not messing with you. You know, they're not taking a whole lot from you. But on PvE, and a lot of times you'll find like the 5-10% on PvP. They tell you, come build on our island. We'll provide safety, this and that. On PvE, it's different. They can't just come out and destroy all your buildings if they don't want you there no more. So the taxation rate's a little bit higher. Though in the first 48 hours of claiming an island, you can pay the money to have that island completely wiped. So, I mean, there's a lot of options. I haven't taken an island personally yet, so I don't know what all the options are if we do get that far.
And when he said money, he means like gold coins in the game.
That's what I said.
You
I said gold.
You said money.
But before I said gold.
But that's my biggest fear about us owning an island is because, like, what if we get an art because he's mouthy, I'm mouthy, our tribe's mouthy? What happens if somebody is like, I don't like them anymore, and they wipe everything we own? Does it mean animals too?
They got 15,000 spare gold. More power to them. Anyways, and lawless islands are different. Lawless islands are usually around free ports. Anybody can build there. You can't claim land per se, but you can build up, and people can't build right next to you.
Yeah.
They can build pretty close, but they can't build right next to you onto your structures and all that. But if you find an open spot, definitely set up a lawless base. Find a lawless base somewhere, set it up with a shipyard and stuff, so you have a base of operations in case anything you put on another island gets wiped. It's a good rule of thumb to have a lawless base somewhere.
He currently has a situation where he has a guy that literally built right next to his house.
I put a sign in front of his house that said, "You gotta leave." I'm giving him until he signs back on, checks that sign out, and if he wants to say something, more power to him. But I had literally had that area cleared. I did not think he could build that close. He's over there using my dock, just being in the way, and it's like, nah, bro, you gotta go. And if he does not heed my advice, I will commence the trolling, because obviously that's the fun part of the game. You get to troll people. And it's not PvP. You can't just mess shit up, but you can troll it and have fun with it. It's a pre-release game. I don't think the developers are going to do too much for trolling. But anyways, on the flip side, those are 4 official servers. On the flip side, there's always the choice of going with a unofficial dedicated server. Now these servers are run by other players like yourself, and they have admin powers. They're usually generally smaller maps. I think the one we're on official is 15 by 15. These are usually 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5, and they don't normally have all the content the game has to offer, but they offer increased tame rates. I've seen some as high as 20 times the tame rate of official. Some are instant tames. It makes for a more fun experience. It's more fun, but at the same time, you don't have that big map. You don't have the big population. You don't have everything the game has to offer. You have admins that could all of a sudden decide they don't like you for whatever reason, however you're playing. Maybe you're too aggressive, maybe you're whiny, whatever.
They make too much land.
Take up too much land, build prettier structures themselves. You always have to worry about that player aspect. There are no rules when it comes to how they govern their server. So I hop on them from time to time, but I'm not a big non-dedicated, because you just have to have that trust for that person, and I don't trust people. They don't have rules. They don't have, I mean, they can just have a pissy day one day and completely wipe the server and say, new people come on.
Well, tell me what happened on your PvP server.
Oh, my PvP tribe lost their island, and then they got attacked while most of us were at work, lost the island, lost the boats, lost some tames, and they literally imploded and started fighting against each other. Someone kicked all the members, and it was just a whole mess, all while I was at work. So when I got home, my stuff wasn't my stuff anymore, and I was locked inside my house because I couldn't use the door. So I was like, hey, can one of y'all come unclaim my wolves and my boat so I don't have to start from scratch? And apparently they got inside it, and the new leader ended up like 2 days later saying, hey, would you like to come back to the tribe? And I was like, honestly, no. Like, getting kicked and all that left a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm just not feeling it. I got invites from other places, and that's where I'm going to go. And he's like, all right, I completely respect that, and if you ever need anything, let me know. And I mean, he was real cool about it, but I mean, you ain't going to go back somewhere that just collapsed. I'd only been there for a couple weeks anyway, so I mean, it wasn't a big deal.
You learned from him.
I learned a little bit. Made a few friends, but no, I mean, if one loss is going to, I mean, it's PvP. You got to get used to it. You're going to lose sometimes. If one loss can just completely tear everything apart, then it wasn't a very strong place to begin with. But that's about it for this video. We're going to show you some videos. Oh, one of the first ships that I built on PvE, I built it, named it, loved it, outfitted it, took it for a spin, hit some invisible rocks, and sunk. It just started taking damage from nowhere. And then all of a sudden, this plank got busted, that plank got busted, that plank got busted. And went down right in front of my house. Just right off the beach. It was awful. It sucked.
You want to keep your ship resource box full of supplies.
Yeah, so you can do a lot of repairing. But anyways, that's it for this video. She'll throw in some clips here and there. And maybe we'll do a taming video on taming parrots and stuff. I did one on parrots.
The giraffe.
Oh my God. I didn't record that.
No, but you can talk about it.
I absolutely hate taming a giraffe.
I'm starting to get sick again.
We'll talk about taming in another video. That's the end of this one. I'm going to go try and get me an elephant.
So,
Come on.
I'll stop that. Hold on. So make sure you comment below. Let us know if you like these types of videos. Excuse me, I am currently sick with a cold.
I think it's stupid for a video like this. Just personally. No gaming person does a gaming video where they're sitting in the truck talking and adding clips.
Why not. We ain't on Twitch.
It's just, we're not even playing the game. I think it's the dumbest idea ever, but I did it to humor her. I really don't think it's going to be good.
So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a comment to show him that you want the video thumbs down.
I honestly don't think it's any good.
You don't think so?
I don't.
Okay, so I guess we won't be doing videos like this unless you guys like it.
I think the voiceover would have been better. Save me time, too. Let's go.
Okay, we'll do voiceovers too. So comment below, let us know. And prove him wrong.